In today's breaking story, Trump just ran into hiding as the New York Times has dropped a brutal shooter bomb. That's right, every day Donald Trump has more and more of a reason to run away and hide. How's it going, everybody? Hunter Avalone here with Occupied Democrats. Welcome back to another video. Now, as unfortunate as it is, there seems to be violence everywhere in America. And Donald Trump loves to point the finger at the left, but really, he might want to take a look in the mirror.
And if you want to talk about language that precipitates this kind of behavior, language that may in some way influence people, then you're going to have to start at the top. You're going to have to start at the top. You're going to have to start with a president of the United States who told police officers, you don't have to be nice when you're arresting people. President of the United States who told people at one of his rallies that they could assault someone who was there and not to worry about it. President of the United States who says ugly things about people. President of the United States who came right here and right at that podium where the speaker is, the podium just below the speaker, and called Democrats lunatics. It was the same night that I was evicted from the joint session of Congress, the only person ever to be evicted. President's right there at that podium. That president at the podium said that the Democrats were lunatics. Is that incisive language?
And believe it or not, at the same time when Charlie Kirk had been assassinated, there was also a school shooting in Colorado. This quickly erupted into a fight on the Senate floor after they called for prayers for the Colorado school victims, only to be shouted out by, "What about Charlie Kirk?"
What purpose does the gentlelady from Colorado rise? Let's wait a minute. The House will be in order. The House will be in order. Shh. The House will be in order.
And now Trump has just ran into hiding as the New York Times has dropped a shooter bomb. That's right, take a look at today's top story. The New York Times has dropped a major bombshell on President Trump tied to the recent Colorado school shooting that has shaken the nation. Authorities have identified the suspect as 16-year-old Desmond Holley, and the findings about his online life are chilling. According to reporting from the Denver Post, Holley's accounts were littered with anti-Semitic rhetoric, Holocaust denial, and even tributes to past school attackers. His disturbing posts glorified the Columbine shooters, and one TikTok showed him wearing a shirt reading "Wrath," an exact reference to what Columbine gunman Dylan Klebold wore decades ago. Investigators say Holley was radicalized through extremist right-wing networks, echoing a troubling pattern we've seen before. These online spaces, filled with white supremacist and anti-Semitic propaganda, are fueling real-world violence. The sheriff's office spokesperson Jackie Kelly described how Holley armed himself with a revolver and targeted classmates during lunch, repeatedly firing and reloading before he was blocked from reaching more victims. This disturbing revelation stands in stark contrast to the narrative pushed by Republicans in recent days. While conservative outlets spread false rumors that the suspect in Charlie Kirk's death was a transgender leftist, the truth is that in both tragedies, right-wing radicalization was at the center. One suspect was a white Mormon male, and now this Colorado case reveals another teenager poisoned by extremist ideology. When asked today by Fox News about national unity in the face of these incidents, President Trump gave a deeply controversial response. He claimed radicals on the right are simply against crime, and then pivoted to attack the left for issues like immigration, gender inclusion, and schools. His remarks sidestepped the reality that violent right-wing extremism is responsible for much of the bloodshed we're witnessing. The New York Times report underscores this undeniable fact. The real threat facing America today is homegrown extremism from the far right. And while the GOP points fingers elsewhere, it's their own movement that keeps producing tragedy after tragedy. Thanks so much for watching. Please click that like button and subscribe to Occupy Democrats so that you can stay informed and help us stop Donald Trump.